Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am going to do Excel chapter 7 grader mid level 2 implies. So basically this is the 7th module of Excel section of this course, and in this video I will be doing this assignment step by step so that you can get your assignment done by watching this complete video. But if you want me to do this assignment for you, or if you want me to do this complete course for you, you can contact me and you can hire me for your complete course. You can also hire me for your other courses like accounting, management, finance, information technology, computer sciences, all other writing assignments, mathematics or statistics. So first of all, we are supposed to download these files. One is the instruction file and other one is the Excel workbook where we are going to solve this assignment. So we will download the files first. So I have already downloaded the files and you can download. So the title of the assignment is EXP 25 Excel chapter 7 mid level 2 implies. At start of the instruction you can see the project description. Okay. So this is the project description. There is nothing to do in project description, but I suggest you to read this project description so that you can understand this assignment well. Once you will go through this project description, this will be easy for you to solve this assignment on your own. But if you want me to do this assignment for you, or if you want me to do this complete course for you, you can contact me. Then you can see the steps to perform to complete this project, and total steps to perform to complete this project are 19. So we are supposed to solve 19 steps or 19 questions to get this assignment ready for the submission. So I will solve step by step and you are supposed to follow me if you want to get these steps done for you, or if you want to get this assignment done for you. So now let's start doing the question or doing the steps from step number 1. Step number 1 is start Excel, download and open the file named EXP25 Excel chapter 7 mid level 2 implies. Grader has automatically added your last name to the beginning of the file name. So you can see that I have already downloaded this Excel workbook. So this is the Excel workbook that we are going to use to solve this assignment. So I have already downloaded, and you can download this from your course dashboard. All of the instruction and all of the steps will be solved in this Excel workbook. So first step is just about downloading this file and opening this file. There is nothing else to do in step number 1 of the assignment. So now we are going to move to step number 2 of the assignment. Step number 2 is in data worksheet column D contains the city each employee works in. You want to display the state. Make sure the data worksheet is active. In cell G7, insert the switch function to evaluate city stored in cell D7. In the sequence switch, dash Moines for the Iowa, St. Paul for the Minnesota and Milwaukee for the Wisconsin. Used mixed reference for the state names in the range A2 up to A4. Copy the function from G7 to the range G8 up to G31. So in this step we are supposed to use the switch function to evaluate the city stored in D7. Okay. So for this we will go to cell G7. Okay. Now we are supposed to use the switch function. So type equal sign and then type switch. Now we are supposed to evaluate the city stored in D7. So first we will select cell D7. Okay. Now copy. Now it is saying switch this one. Okay. We will type this in inverted commas. okay, into OVA, okay, and we will use the mixed reference for this one, okay. Now second one is for ST pole, to Minnesota, this one, okay. Then last one is Milwaukee for Wisconsin, this one, and use the mixer reference. So I am using the mixer reference, okay. So that is the function that we are supposed to use. Now you can see that D7, this was ST pole, so this will switch ST pole to Minnesota, okay, because it was mentioned ST pole for the Minnesota, okay. Now we are supposed to use the fill handle to get the other values. Now you can see that Milwaukee should be Wisconsin, so Milwaukee should be Wisconsin. So that is all about that is required in step number 2 of this assignment. So I am done with step number 2, where we were supposed to switch the state to their respective names. Now let's move to step number 3. Column C contains the actual hire dates for the employees. You want to extract only the years in the column H. In cell H7, insert the year function to extract the years from the hire date in cell C7. Copy the function from cell H7 to the range H8 up to H31. So you can see that we are supposed to extract the year hired in cell H7 based on the year date that is given in cell C7. So you can see that cell C7 has the hire date, but we are supposed to extract only year in H7 using the years functions. So type equal sign, then type year, okay. Now select the hire date C7 and press enter. So now you can see that we got 2023, that was the year in the hire date. So we have extracted the year hired from the hire date. So now we will use the fill handle to copy the function down so that we can get the other year hired. So that is all about step number 3, where we were supposed to extract the year hired. Now let's do step number 4. Next, you want to determine how many years each employee has worked for the company. In cell I7, insert the year FRAC function to calculate the years between the first employee hire date and the last date of the year contained in cell C2. Use a mixed reference appropriately. Copy the function from I7 to the range I8 up to I31. So now in I7 we are supposed to calculate the years between the first employee hire date that is given here and the last day of the year contained in cell C2. So cell C2 has the last day of year is given here and the hire date is given here. So we are going to calculate the years between this last day of year and the hire date. So for this purpose we are supposed to use year FRAC function. So now let's go to I7 and type year FRAC function, this one. Now, so start date is the hire date is this one and the end date is given here, okay. So we will get 4.3 years, okay. By using the FRAC function we have calculated the number of years between the hire date of first employee and the last date of year that is given, last day of year that is given in cell C2. So we calculated this. Now we will use fill handle to copy the formula down. So there is a mistake because we are supposed to use make cell reference for this one. This one. So we have calculated this one. So that is all about step number 4 of the assignment. So we are done with 4th step of this assignment as well, and now we are going to do next step, that is step number 5. You want to determine what day of the week each employee was hired. In cell J7, insert the weekday function to display the day of week for the first employee hire date. Copy the function from the cell J7 to the range J8 up to J31. So now we are supposed to find the hire day. That's mean on which day the employee was hired. So this we can find by using the weekday function. So type equal sign and type weekday. Now we will select the hire date, this one. So we got day 4, okay, and now we are supposed to use the fill handle to get the other hire day for the different employees. So that is all about step number 5. Now let's move to step number 6. The values returned in the range J7, J31 are whole number. So now you can see that these values are the whole number. You want to display the result as the actual weekday's name. So basically we are supposed to find the name of the day on which employee was hired. So we got the result in whole number, but we are supposed to show the name of the day. For this purpose, it is saying format the range J7 up to J31 as the custom number format DDDD. So first we will select this range starting from J7 up to J31. Then go to the home tab, click on number arrow and then go to custom and here type DDD. This one. So now you can see that we got the name of the days on which different employees were hired. Okay. So that is all about step number 6. Now let's move to step number 7. Employees are scheduled for a 6-month review based on their hiring month. In cell K7, insert the EDATE function to identify the month that is 6 months from the first employee hire date. Copy the function to the range K8 up to K31. So now we are supposed to use EDATE function to identify the month that is 6th month from the first employee hire date. So we will go to cell K7 and we will use the EDATE function. So go to K7 and use EDATE, this function. Okay. Now start date. So start date is the hire date, okay, that is C7, and from the employee's date, and month will be 6, okay, February. So 6th month February, okay. Now it is saying copy the function to the range K8 up to K31. So copy this down so that we can get the month. Okay, that is all about step number 7, where we were supposed to find the 6th month from the hire date of the first employee. So this is the 6th month from the hire date of first employee. This is the 6th month from the hire date of second employee. Like this we can go down. So that is all about step number 7. So we have completed 7 steps of this assignment so far, and now we are going to do step number 8. Step number 8 is your next task is to calculate the bonus for the first employee. If the employee performance scores is greater than or equal to 4.5, the bonus is 3000. If the performance scores is 4 up to 4.9, the bonus is 2000. Performance scores is 3 up to 3.9, the bonus is 1000. No bonus is given if the performance scores is below 3. In cell L7, insert the ifs function to enter the bonus based on the performance scores for the first employee. Use the respective scores stored in cell E2, E3 and E4 for the individual logic test. Use the respective bonus in cell F2, F3 and F4 to determine the correct bonus. If none of the logic tests are true, the result should be 0. Use mixed references appropriately. So first of all, we will go to cell L7 and we are supposed to calculate the bonus, and for this purpose we are supposed to use the ifs function. Okay, ifs, then click function symbol to enter the function arguments. So first logic test is if performance score, that is F7, if the performance scores is greater than E2, okay, and we will use the mixed reference. Then if this is true, then our result will be this one, F2 will be the bonus. Okay, next logic is if F7 is greater than E3, okay, then our result will be F3. Okay, then next one is if F7 is greater than E4, then our result will be F4. Okay, so these are the three logic tests. Then last one, it is saying if any other condition is true, then result should be 0. Okay, now we will click OK. So we got 1000 bonus for the F7, that is the first employee, because this is greater than 3.5, so result is 1000. Okay, now you can see that this is greater than this, so result will be 2000. You can see. So we will use fill handle to copy the formula down. So in this video I have solved 8 steps. Now let me do step number 7 for you. Management decided to give an equity salary adjustment for the representative who earn less than 80,000. The salary adjustment is 2% of the current salary if conditions are met. In cell M7, nest an AND function with an if function. So now we are supposed to use two functions. If, that will be nested with AND. If the job title is representative and the salary is less than minimum representative salary, multiply the salary 2%. If the both conditions are not met, return 0. Use the mixed reference to the cell C3 and C4. So first we will go to cell M7 and we are supposed to use if function. So type if, click on that. Now we are supposed to nest this if function with AND. So type AND. So now click this AND and click function argument. Now we are supposed to enter our two logics. So first is if the job title is representative. So job titles are given here. If B7 is equal to representative, this one, this will be our first logic test. Okay, then second logic test is salary is less than minimum representative salary C3. Salary is given in cell E3, E7 sorry, is less than C3. C3 is the minimum salary, this one. And we are supposed to use mixed reference for cell C3, this one. Okay, these are the two logic tests. So these two logic tests should be met. B7 should be representative and E7 should be less than C3. Click OK. Now we will click on if function and click function symbol to enter the if this first logic, if these logics are met, then we will multiply the salary by 2%. So salary is given in cell E7 and we will multiply this by 2%. Okay. Otherwise it is saying return 0. Okay. Okay, so now we will use fill handler to copy the formula down, so we will get the result like this. So we used if function nested with and function. So in this video I have solved 9 steps for you. That is the half of the assignment that I have solved for you in this video. But if you want me to do this complete assignment for you, or if you want me to do this complete course for you, including all the Excel, Word or PowerPoint assignments, you can contact me and you can hire me for your complete courses. So thank you so much for watching my video. I will get back to you with another useful solution. Thank you so much again.